Is the job that you have worth fighting for, or is it the one that's worth leaving right now? And how do you know which is which in the next 6 months? So I've already done the poll, and I'm still getting used to how to do this reading online. So you are watching me pulling the cards, and meanwhile I'm going to tell you what those placements mean. So the first placement is the ground beneath. This is how the current situation stands right now. Next one is going to be what holds you. So this is the internal standard keeping you rooted in place. Third card is the hidden cost. So what does it cost you? And pushing quietly forfeits. Number 4, what you have built. So what is the real value at stake in this situation? Then we go to the next level is number 5 is what is the other shore? What would leaving actually move you towards? Number 6, how would you know? What is the signal that tells you that you need to go versus stay? Card 7 is going to be the 6 month window. And what does this cycle actually mean? Depending on your personal year, this can be a beginning of the cycle, midway, or like year 9 where the cycle is closing. And the 8th card is going to be the synthesis and the path that honors worth regardless of direction. So this is kind of wrapping everything up. And now we're going to take a look at the bottom of the pile. So there's a persistent feeling of betrayal here. There's something taken, not given, that was deserved. And that is where the reader, like you, started. Before touching a single card, and this is the emotional ground the whole reading stands on. He looked at... it's interesting. Out of the 8 cards, 4 are Major Arcana, so half. At the bottom of the deck, 3 more Major Arcana cards sat waiting. And I'm going to call this out directly because this is a very important portion of your life. This change of job question is not trivial. So this has a big meaning. In other words, this means that you listening to this right now are standing at a junction that is not the regular, I'm going to change jobs because I want a bigger title, I want to change jobs because I want more money. The cards are saying that this has been persistently on your mind, and that betrayal or the injustice that happened in your career left you feeling like the ground beneath you is not solid, so that you're not valued. But what's holding you back in place is a specific kind of question. Is this a lesson, or am I running away? And you're struggling with that. Is there something more I'm here to learn and I'm not seeing? That uncertainty is the hunch that there might be more to learn before you go, and that's the only thing keeping you still. And there's a cost to this stillness because the chariot is standing still. You have the potential, you have everything at your disposal, but staying is costing you the momentum to actually win. That is the direct trade you're making off right now. What you have built, though, is real. You have built yourself. This experience, whatever this was, however long it was lasting, you know your own potential and you know you deserve to be on that chariot. You have the confidence in you, but it's just underneath the surface and not out in the open yet. On the other side, the other shore, if you take this somewhere else, it's not some dramatic break. Like this is the honest truth, and it's not a change from everything you know. It's more of the same. It's the corporate environment, it's the politics, the games, the talking, everything you know how to do, maybe not enjoy, but you know. The 5 of Swords is not as sinister as the 7 of Swords, and you may be winning at someone else's expense on the other side, but you're not stabbing anyone in the back. And it is the arena that you know. And it's not a trade-off because that's just what corporate life usually entails. As for how you would know which door to walk through, the Wheel of Fortune says you know because you try. You give yourself permission to leap. You do not need to know before you go. And within the next 6 months window, it's everything is about learning something new. And that is the real excitement feeding this restlessness. You do not actually want to be at the top of the game. You have already figured that one out. You are always looking for the next thing to acquire, something intellectually stimulating, something that takes you further. That desire is real, and it is the compass here. So what is the path that honors your worth, regardless of direction? Ask one thing of yourself. Take accountability for the pain you're causing yourself. You have been around the block. You know how this works. To keep telling yourself maybe this time it will be different only reinforces what you already know. And since you have learned all of this, the read was very direct. You need to move on from the perspective of being the victim in this particular chapter of your life. And remember, from a psychological perspective, you never are the victim. Nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. And that was the original question. So the three cards under the deck read as one current running beneath everything. A call to learn or to teach. To pass on or absorb knowledge. And a choice between the path that frees you and the one that chains you back to your desk. It's interesting, the Lovers and the Devil are almost identical cards, except the angel becomes the devil, and the two people who were choosing freely are now in chains. So you're learning this lesson either way. The Hierophant simply says, there you go. This is your choice. This is the lesson. Pick one that's right for you. Interestingly enough, whatever you choose is going to be right for you.